trying to remember where on earth we started. We started here, Tevea. So we've gone from the Southern Empire territories through the Western Empire and then over here to Vlandia. And we are ourselves a Vlandian, which is why I wanted to recruit primarily Vlandian. So we're going to stay here for a time. But there's also these guys who are like the Celts. You've got the Northern Roman Empire, the Northern Empire, the Southern Empire, and the Western Empire. You've got the Khuzaits, who are like Huns. You've got down here these guys, who are the Azerai, who are kind of like Bedouin. And then up here in the north, this is probably my favourite faction actually, like aesthetically. You've got Sturgia, and Sturgia are like the Kievan Rus. They're Russian Vikings. Which is a people that are just never explored in games. And I'm really happy that they've actually got a place in one. I mean, they all have their own names and their own cultures and stuff, but those are what they are influenced on in the real world. And the general premise is the Emperor has just been killed. So the Northern, Southern, and Western Empire were all one group, and there's currently a civil war going on between these three. Me liking Vikings? Unheard of! I mean, I make no secret about liking Vikings, but the fact is the Kievan Vikings, the Kievan Rus, like, not that many people know about Russian Vikings, and yet they very much existed. And were at one point probably about as powerful, if not more powerful, than the Nordic Vikings. And they're effectively, and this is dumbing things down massively, but the Danes generally went to England and Ireland. The Norwegians went to Ireland, Scotland, and eventually Greenland, Iceland, and Canada. And the Swedish Vikings went east. They went into the Baltics, then eventually into Russia. And that's where Kiev is actually a Viking settlement. It started as a Viking... They built it. And then Novgorod was the other one. Holmgard and Konungard. And then that was the river route all the way down to Miklagard, which you may better know as Constantinople or Byzantium or Istanbul. But they didn't establish that one, obviously. Now, what do I want to do? I think I want to travel between these little villages and see if there's some more troops I can recruit, because we need to keep our party growing. Those are just looters, those are mountain bandits. I would like to go and fight some more mountain bandits if we can find them, because they do tend to have better stuff. Ah, here we go. You have no quests, that's okay. So we'll go to Mott, Aramank, and then over to Jakulian, I think. No troops available. So to Aramank. There's another hideout over here, isn't there? You going over there and then disappearing kind of suggests that quite strongly to me. 3.7 speed, 3.7 speed. Now that's actually a good question. What's going to speed us up? Tactics? Scouting? Track detection, tracking, track information. Simulation advantage, decrease the sacrifice troops, I'm trying to get away. Loot. Oh, roguery is loot. Interesting. Personal relation increase with NPCs. Morale and garrison. Trade. Party size. So I guess you've got to be the quartermaster for this. So maybe I should make myself the quartermaster. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is a pathfinding skill anymore. Personal speed, like battlefield speed, would be these two. There's no map speed. Okay, so in the clan, I'm going to make myself quartermaster. And you... have literally no skills. Okay. Ah, I can have an extra companion now too. I'll recruit both of those, thank you very much. And yes, my party size can now go all the way up to 51 because I'm the quartermaster. Did they roll scouting and pathfinding together? No, because scouting is just tracking. It's how far away you can see people. I gained a point of stewarding. Yep, smithing is a thing. You can create and customize your own equipment now. Come on. You two, band together, fight me. Fight me! I wonder if they're going to add ships and stuff later. That'd be interesting. Like Viking Conquest. Alright, let's fight these guys. So yeah, the smithing in this looks interesting. Like, you actually need to be carrying... I forgot to move you into the wrong unit again. Let's just
Soldiers, charge!
That's a freaking huge axe or sword or whatever the hell that was you were carrying. And you are a spearman. 140 damage. Nice. We win. Yeah, I'll show you the smithing when we get to a city. I've not got any skill in it, so I'm not actually going to be able to do it myself, but I can show you. And another thing which I do like about this game, actually, if we just go to the inventory, you can actually buy pack animals. Like, we have a mule, and these mules will dramatically increase the amount of goods you can carry. I like that system. Does scouting perk increase speed? No, we were just looking at that. Scouting, information, track detection radius, maximum track difficulty that you can detect, spotting distance, and track information. Doesn't increase speed. Ah yes, and then Tessa. No, Tessa has no levels up. She's a level 18 already. Compared to my 6. But several people in the party did level up. So we've got another footman, who's going to become another infantryman. And we've got one of the recruits, who is going to become, I think, another crossbow. And then Tessa... Oh, you are in party 1. Why are you going with the crossbows, then? Because the crossbows are in party 3. Oh, you go with 2s. Doesn't look like 1 is working. 1 seems to be everyone. I think it's the traits in the scouting tab. Oh, that could be. Party movement speed during the day. Party movement speed at night. Party movement speed. Tracks become more informative. Increased chance to spot parties, spot hideouts. Food consumption. Faster movement in deserts. Faster movement in forests. Okay, yeah. That's how you did. It's not very big bonuses, though. Certainly not as influential as I think pathfinding is. Alright, we're just going to go to Jaculan. We can probably go to Jaculan, then head after these guys again. Oh no, they're going the wrong way. Alright, so first things first, let's recruit these troops. Done. Enric the Clothier has a job for us, so we will take a look at that. Let's take a look at the smithy first, though. So this is the smithing system. You do have smithing skills. My smithing skill is non-existent, so I'm not really going to be able to do this. But you can basically create your own weaponry, and the smithing system in this does look really cool. So you can choose, for example, different types of blades. Different blades will have different stats, so you can choose what kind of weapon you want to make. And then you can choose what kind of guards you want, and again, the guards are going to modify how the weapon itself functions. You can change the grip, different resources, and the grip will again change the function. And then the pommel will change the balance, like swing speed and stuff like that. So you can create your own weaponry with this system. And all of the weapons actually have their own model. It's a cool system. I like this. Like, this is one of those things where people were giving Tellworlds a bad time. Like, oh, why are you doing such an in-depth crafting system? Like, think of the stuff you can make with this. Think of the stuff that you could do for, like, AI equipment. Like, what mods could do with this. Like, I definitely don't begrudge them the time that they spent making this crafting system. It's cool. And then it shows you down here what resources you would need to actually make that. And you can change, like, the length. So it actually is longer or shorter. Oh no, that doesn't actually change. Oh, this is the size as in, like, breadth. Then you can also make different types of weapons. These are one-handed, so here we go. So you could make pikes, if you wanted. Do a different type of haft. You could do two-handed axes. It's just a hoe. Bill. Glaives. There you go. You got loads of different things. And you can also smelt stuff down and refine stuff. So smelting down, you can basically break these items down into various components. So for example, the sickle, I could smelt down into charcoal, crude iron, and hardwood. So that would give me some resources to actually craft with in the future. Or you can refine different resources to get better stuff. So like charcoal and wrought iron equals iron and crude iron. Or charcoal and crude iron equals wrought iron. Throwable pommels. Don't know. I mean, I would hope so. How else are you going to end them rightly? You're on the size of the pommel, not the blade. Ah! You're not wrong. So we could do halved, and there we go. That's how you change the halved size. And that does change the reach too. There you go. That makes much more sense. Two-handed mace. Oh, pole hammers! Ah, Helfric. Unfortunately, it's a little bit limited what you can do. But you could easily add to this system. Very easily add to this system. And yeah, there's the haft. Okay. Two-handed sword. Go full on Mettenheim style. With a better guard. And then the handle. And then the pommel. And there you go. Mettenheim sword. Making sure that the blade is as long as possible. 230 smithing difficulty. There is no armor crafting, but it could very easily be done in a similar system to this. The difficulty with armor crafting would be getting components to actually rig to a model. Like with a weapon, you just need the hitboxes calculated. With armor, it's a lot more difficult with clipping and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they add it in the future. For the Viking playthrough, I think you definitely need some smithing traits. I could certainly see us doing that, yes. Alright, so we have loads of dosh. Agdil the Lucky. Oh, I like this guy already. He's another wanderer. Let's have a word with Agdil the Lucky. I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger. My name is Mordred, sir. Tell me of yourself. Certainly, I make no secret of my ambitions. My father was one of the leading warriors of our clan, but in his last battle, his hamstrung was cut. We've lived well off of the wealth that he built from his raids, buying land and thralls, but now I feel like it's time to bring home some silver of my own. I need to buy a ship and hire men to row it, but I do not wish to sell our land to outfit a risky voyage, to risk depriving my father and mother of their comforts in old age, and my brothers for hopes of a good marriage. So I've resolved to hire out my sword to make enough money for such a ship. Having done so, I shall make it to faraway shores and bring home silver and slaves so that we may buy land enough for all. In this way I will do my duty to my family. You are a most dutiful son and brother. At any rate, if you know any leader of warband who's generous and honourable, you'll find no braver warrior to follow him than me. Right now I'm between jobs, so if you've got any work for me, I'm willing to discuss it. I could definitely use someone like you. Very well, gonna need 822 to settle up some debts. Yeah, I can pay that. Very well, I'll get my gear and join you outside. Welcome to the team. Okay, so now we've got 2 companions. Drink tea! Done. Smelting down always requires charcoal. Okay. I wish to ransom prisoners. Yes, that sounds good to me. Then, let's see. We can... Oh, no. We don't want to sell stuff just yet because I want to see how Agdil is equipped. Not particularly well. Are you able to ride? Do you even want to ride? You're a Viking. You shouldn't be riding. I can't change character. Alright, Agdil is a level 13. One-handed, two-handed polearm. He is good at shooting. Tactician. No other skills. I really want a scout. Level 10 vigor. Crikey. You're not a very good rider. Tessa's a lot better at that than you are. Huzzah! I think that Agdil the Lucky would just be a sword and board infantryman. So that is what we shall do. Put you in with that line. And then inventory, and let's get you out. Alright. So you've already got a tapered northern blade, which looks awesome. Your helmet is actually excellent. The northern fur cap with 11 head armor. Okay. Northern padded gambeson, so you could definitely do better with, better armor. And lead wrappings. The only other thing you really need is a shield, which I can probably purchase for you. By the way, did I install the hotfix? If it's been released in the last 2 hours, no. Alright, let's go and sell all of this stuff. Dates, wine. I'll keep the meat. It's good to have a good selection of stuff to eat and stuff. Falcon? I wonder if Falcon's better than what you're using. No, maybe. This is a tier 3. So the swing speed of your weapon is a lot better. This does like almost double the damage on a hit though. You know what? I think you're going to do better with the Falcon, and I'll sell the Northern Blade. And then I'm going to buy you a decent shield. Small cavalry, heater shield, I think would be good. Speed 97. Does it actually show the size anywhere? It doesn't, does it? Reinforced kite shield's more money than I would like to spend right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a heater shield. However, I'm going to have you... Hell, I might even use it. You know, I'll use the heater shield. I'll let you keep the kite shield, and then you can use that shield. Yeah, that's better. And is there any cheap armor going? Like, actual armor? Oh, hang on. Does she already have a cloak? No, she doesn't. Interesting. And helmets. Best we could do would be this. And actually, this is a pretty hefty upgrade for a lot of people. How much money am I spending already? Oh, only 100. Buy one of those. Cavalier boots. What kind of boots are you wearing? 11s. These are better. But we find boots fairly frequently, so I'm not going to bother buying those. And that's a really nice lance. How's that compared to what I'm using? Western Simple Spear, 167 length, 184 length. See, this is even better than what I'm using right now. I'll buy that. Okay. Quite an upgrade. And we're going to go inventory. I'm already wearing armor. You've now got the armor. You've now got armor. This is how you would do the armor, is just the way that different stuff would layer. And then I guess you could smith the different layers. That would probably work. Yeah, that'd probably work. Coif, that's a massive upgrade for me. Then this is a slight upgrade for you. And this should be a pretty big upgrade for what you have. Yeah, it's a huge upgrade. Shield we've already sorted. I want the lance, which I can then switch out for you. And then the Western Short Spear I can sell. No, the Western Short Spear is better than what you're using. Simply because it's longer. Yeah, I'll keep you using that. Okay, and then we can sell these. You've got proper gloves. Which you're not even using in your battlefield system. Wait, where'd they go? Hey, who stole me gloves? Oh, there they are. Combat. And there. Done. Whoops. Alright, then we will sell the Simple Spear. Okay. That was a good upgrade. Spectre! Thank you very much for the bits. Very much appreciate that. What do the insignias mean on top of the cities? It's the insignia of the owner. So the different colour schemes, the different faction that they belong to, and then the actual insignia is who the owner is. And Horned Panda we already acknowledged. Ratha! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Does the mule allow you to carry more? Yep. You can go first person? I think so, but I don't know what the command is for that yet. Okay, let's do this. Oh, we finished the Rebuild Your Clan quest. Yeah, we did. We still need to do this one, though. Okay. However, I would like to have a word with Inric the Clothier. You want me to escort a merchant caravan? You know what? I think I can probably do that, depending on where you want to go. I don't know you. Suppose I should tell you my name. You're Imric. Hello, Imric. Heard you need some help. Things have gotten a lot worse recently with the brigands on the roads around town. Caravans get looted as soon as they're outside the gates. I'm of a mind to send out a new caravan, but I fear it will be plundered before we can turn a profit, so I'm looking for some good fighters who can escort it until it finds its footing and visits a couple of settlements. I'll be willing to pay generously for each day the caravan is on the road. It will be more than I usually pay for the guards, but I figure that maybe you can scare the bandits off. I'm sick of choosing between sending my men to their deaths or letting them go because I've lost my goods and I can't pay their wages. For that price, I'll escort the caravan myself. Thank you. You can find the caravan just outside the settlement. Alright then. It's probably one of those. Let's do a quick save. Seeing as I've just done a bunch of upgrades. Alright, so which is the caravan? Huh? I'm not seeing this caravan, though. Those are villagers. I mean, there is a caravan in town. There it is. Okay, they haven't actually left yet. Just double check there weren't no troops here for me to hire. Unfortunately not. Nah, there it is. How are we doing for food? We have 9 days worth of food. We're fine. And we move at about the same speed. Greetings, caravans owned by Imric the Clothier. We trade under the protection of Calatild, the master of Draculan. How can we help you? About the task Imric gave me. I feel safe knowing you're looking after us. Please continue to follow the lead. Okay. I was wondering if there was a way I could just like automatically join them. There's another Imric. How many Imrics are there? That's a lot of looters. Had they banded together, they could have caused me some problems, but they didn't, so we should be okay. Alright, so we seem to have made it here to Charis. So this is the first stop of the caravan. Let's see if there are any other troops here to recruit. There are. What about companions? Magna the Shield Maiden. Another wanderer. I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger. My name is Mordred, madam. Tell me of yourself. I'll tell you my tale, but I warn you in advance, it's of no concern to me whether you approve or disapprove of what I did. Okay. I came from a good family with much land. Since I was a girl, I wished to be a shield maiden. I practiced fighting with the village boys and the old warriors. But it's a strange thing. While some families in our land take pride of a daughter who takes up arms, others accord it great shame, and my father was the latter type. I had no special desire to be married, but my family found me a groom anyway. I consented, but my husband and I detested each other from the first. Once he insulted me in the marketplace. I cursed his manhood, he struck me, and I pulled a knife and pulled his. And he pulled his. I won. The elders sat in judgment on our case. As it turned out, they had plenty of precedent. They accorded our fight a fair duel, and thus I was innocent of murder. On the other hand, I was excluded from his inheritance. I suppose that was fair, although I would have enjoyed wearing his jewels and riding his horse in front of his family. Indeed, no doubt such traditions encourage husbands to behave better than they might do otherwise. Suffice to say, I could not return to my father's house. I went on my way, happy to live the life of a warrior I had always dreamed of living. But soon I found out the tales I loved as a girl, of shield maidens who fought for honour, do not pertain to a woman with no family or land. One cannot fight for honour if she doesn't know where the next meal comes from. So I fight for pay. Right now I'm between jobs, so if you've got any work for me, I'm willing to discuss it. I could use somebody like you in the company. Very well, I'm going to need 830 ducats. Right, here you go. Very well, get my gear.